What is up? Thank you for coming to my channel, Prison POV. Shout out to the joiners and shout out to the point of view crew. We have a very good video today. I'm going to tell you guys what happened when I forgot to check someone's paperwork and everything that ensued afterwards. It ended up being into an ordeal that spilled into another ordeal, and you guys are going to love it. But before I get there, let me just trip on this. Once upon a time, one of my homeboys said, "Hey, Splinter, my old lady wants to hook you up with her homegirl. We're going to kick it. It's going to be like a double date type trip." I was like, all right, cool, man. He didn't tell me her name. He told me she had a car, which I considered an attractive quality. So we're kicking back. I'm waiting for whoever to show up. And before that happens, his old lady gets on the phone and calls someone. Says, "Hey, Jerry, you still coming over?" And I tell my homeboy, I said, "Dog, if your old lady is trying to hook me up with her friend, it's going to be a double date type situation like you said. What's up with inviting Jerry over? What's up with that?" And he said, no. Jerry, that's the girl. That's her name, Jerry. I'm like, okay, cool. Right on. Awesome sauce. So we're posted up, just kicking it. Like 15 minutes later, this girl walks in. Walks in the room we're at. Just starts talking to me. Right away. Picking up a conversation with me. Then asks me if I want to come out to her car. If I come out there and help her with something. She needs my help. So I said, okay. So I got to her car. We're messing around. And I said, "Hey, are you Jerry?" She said, "No, I'm Terry." And I was like, "Oh, okay. Terry." So then we're talking some more. And I'm thinking, well, where's Jerry? And then Terry says, "Hey, you want to take off a little bit and go do something?" So we end up leaving. We ran around. We didn't do much. I ended up getting dropped off in Rexon. The next day, I get a phone call from a homeboy. He said, "I know someone who's mad at you." I said, "Who? Who's mad?" He said, "Larry." I said, "Why is Larry mad?" He said, "Because Larry is with Terry. And you ran around with Terry yesterday." I said, "No, I didn't run around with Terry." He said, "Well, how'd you leave? Where'd you go? What happened to you?" I said, "I left with Jerry." And he said, "Oh, when you saw Jerry, okay, so you saw Jerry, did she still have Carrie's car?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then later on, I get a phone call. Bring. "Hello? Hey, Splinter, what's up? This is Jerry. Hey, nice to finally meet you. Miss me with the bullshit. Why'd you tell everybody that I had Carrie's car?" I said, "I didn't say that." She said, "Who said that?" And I said, "Terry." Bro, all I know is I'm in Wasco Mainline. I already made it through reception. Wasco A Yard Mainline. First time level 3 in the cells. I get over there. I have a new cellie. This guy's new to the prison. He came from McFarland level 2 MCCF. We both hit the cell at the same time. He showed up building 2 Wasco A Yard that day, and then I did. They made us cellies. I came from reception. He came from another prison. Right away, we're putting our stuff together. Spaz from IE comes over to our door, talk to us, welcome us to the tier. And right away, he trips out on something. Trips out on me, mainly. And I kind of see why, but I don't. Is because when you go into a cell, we have lockers. And so there's like a top of a locker right here, and there'll be these cubby holes down here, but you have this top, you can put your TV on. So the whole top of this locker had a bunch of cutout pictures of black girls. From like a black rap magazine, maybe some kind of Sports Illustrated magazine. A bunch of black girls. I'm talking about 20 of them. All about this size. All cut out, laid on there, and lacquered over. It didn't even catch my attention. I didn't even stick out to me. I didn't think nothing of it at all. But the dude, the wood at the door, sees it and says, "Hey, brother, why do you have all those black females inside your cell like that?" And I said, "Dude, I didn't put them there." Yeah, like I put them there. I've been in this cell like 5 minutes, homeboy. Like, damn. Am I responsible for the spider web up in the corner too? He says, "Well, you can do something about it." And I said, "No, I really can't." He says, "You can put a towel over it." I was like, I guess I can. I guess I will. Usually, I like my towel to dry off with, by and large, that's what my towel's for. But sure, I'll throw it up there. It makes you feel better. So anyways, that's how we start off the day. We're putting the cell together. I showed dude my paperwork. He'd been down like a couple years. And he had all kinds of paperwork. He had big bundles of paperwork. And I got to admit, man, it's going to make me sound a little bit hinky. I got to admit. But the thing I was digging, dude had a lot of store. He had money. He had summer sausages and beans and chili and chips and cookies and coffee. And I mean, that's awesome, bro. That's a big deal. I'm sorry, it just is. To have a cellie who has nothing, especially if you have nothing, at the time, no one was taking care of me. I'm just in a little 6-month violation. No one was looking out. The old lady was a hoe, and mom's too busy, and my family, this ain't happening. Got nothing coming. This dude had everything coming. His locker's fat. And I'm looking at this dude, and I'm like, I'm gonna manipulate this fool. I'm gonna eat what I want, when I want. When I get hungry, his shit's my shit. This is how I'm looking at it. So, I was just more enjoying his store. And the fact that he had a lot of money on his books, so he could get more store. And I was like, cool, it's not always like that. Sometimes you're just going to sell some other dude, both of you guys ain't got jack shit. The homeboys having to come by and throw you a jar of coffee. It's like that sometimes. Anyways, be that as it may, he's like, hey, I'm going to get my paperwork to you. I wasn't tripping on his paperwork because, like I said, he came from a CCF. I was under the understanding that you cannot go to a CCF with a bad charge. Just like sometimes in our county jail, like on the farm, we don't really check paperwork too tough because we know you're not going to go to the farm with a weird charge. If you come into Craig County Jail with a weird charge, the cops will snatch you up and blue band you. They will PC you up. They will not even put you around the inmates. So why go out of our way to look at your paperwork when we know you can't even be out there with a bad charge? Now, in pre-trial, sometimes they can slip them through. And the only paperwork you can check, really, in county jail is that receiving that little gold document you get, your arrest paper. It just says you have what you have on you, your size, your height, your weight, and just your charge. But just a little hinky little thing. And they give that to you, and that's all you have, the gold copy. People say, hey, got your gold copy? Got your gold copy? But on the farm, not really asking for a gold copy, because you can't be out there with a fucked up charge. So I'm looking at my cellie, he has all his paperwork, I'm eating his cookies, he's like, am I eating his stuff and drinking his stuff? And I'm like, cool, man, nice to meet you. He's like, oh, I'll get my paperwork as soon as I can, son. I'm thinking, don't trip, you came from a CCF, I know you're good. I know you're golden just based on that. But he was a weird looking dude. And I should have judged him, bro. I can't believe I'm mad at myself because I wasn't more judgmental of somebody. But I remember he would have mother fizzucking tweezers. And he would like pluck at his skin and pull stuff out and call it shrimp on the Barbie and say weird stuff. And I would just grab his cookies and chips and I'm eating them. I'm tearing up his locker. I'm tearing up his store. I'm going to town. Burp. Do what you want, shrimp on the Barbie. I don't give a fizzuck, bro. Throw me another bag of chips. So we're hanging out. I'm reading my book. I'm not tripping on his paperwork. I think he can't have weird charge coming from a CCF. Then I decide I'm going to move in with the homeboy, Wasco Mike. He's slinging ink. He needs a cellie. He's my homeboy. Wasco's Kern County. I'm Bakersfield. It's a homeboy. I want to move in with him. A weird thing happened, though. I remember I used to get so pissed off when I was living with him. So mad. Almost I'd want to fight him. I felt disrespected because every Sunday, I didn't have a TV. Wasco Mike had the TV, and every Sunday he spoke Spanish. His wife was a paisa. He's very fluent Spanish. So every Sunday he would listen to Spanish TV all day. And it made me mad. It's like, homeboy, I'm thinking, you know I don't speak Spanish. You know, it's just bugging the shit out of me. But now I wish I knew Spanish. I should have took the opportunity to watch with him, have him teach me, and learn Spanish. I bet you I could have learned. Being this silly in that time, watching Spanish TV every Sunday, I should have took advantage of the opportunity and use it to grow instead of being angry and stunting myself. Be that as it may. So, I'm going to move in with Wasco Mike. So some other dude moves in with that cellie that I had. Shrimp on the Barbie with all the long store and all the money. And this dude says, hey, I want to see your paperwork. It's right off the bat. So dude breaks out his paperwork and it was bad charges. What happened was, this dude not only got a 14-year-old girl drunk, and this dude's like in his 50s. He got a 14-year-old girl drunk, but then he drove around with her and got a DUI. So he got busted for driving drunk with a minor and getting that minor drunk. Bro, I'm gonna get that ass. You're in deep trouble. You know who else is in deep trouble? Moi! Because I didn't check it. Bro, I felt like, homeboy, I felt like the biggest, I don't even want to say, dog, what I felt like. Because, damn, I felt like a knack. I'll say it. I felt like a non-affiliated convict. Like, I didn't even know my ass from a hole in the wall. When homeboy came to me and said, hey, Splinter, you didn't check dude's paperwork, huh? And I was like, oh, I did. He's like, well, I did, and it's all bad. He's got to go. They might be getting at you. And I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean? What, huh? What happened? He told me. I was like, oh, snarp. I was like, damn, bro. So I went to dude. I went to Loud, Mel and P. And I said, hey, brother, I apologize, man. I told him what I told you. I thought since he came from CCF, I was like, dude, my bad. I was like, I'll handle it. I'm ready to handle it now. What's up? And I'm going home just like for about 2-3 weeks. Who cares? Who cares about all that? Like, I'll handle it. Let's do this. He's like, all right. You're going to handle it. Kick back. We're going to arrange it. Right at that time, though, that this happened, like I said, I'm going home in 2-3 weeks. My job I had at Wasco AR prison was making the sack lunches. They lock us in a room, about 8 of us, And they had jelly beans and pretzels and chips and apples and sandwiches and peanut butter and cookies and all that stuff. And you just put it in a sack lunch, just roll it up. But at the same time, you could be grubbing chips, almonds, jelly beans, cookies, peanut butter, chips. Grubbing all day long while you're working. But since I'm going to leave, they put me on S time. Right before you go home, 2-3 weeks of the pad, they throw on S time. Because they want to run a check, make sure you ain't got no warrants. They want to close your books. They go through the process, the paperwork process of getting you out of the pen. They shut you down. They take away your job. You're on S time. I'm going to be hungry on S time. Because I'm used to eating all day. Now I'm going to be sitting in a cell. Well, so Mike has a few soups. He hustles. He tattoos. But he's not going to be feeding me for the next couple of weeks. I'm going to be feeding myself. And I have a badass sweater. It's charcoal gray. You can't get sweaters like this no more. They took them off the line. You can only have light gray and white. But if you have a Bonnaroo charcoal gray sweater, they won't take it from you. You just cannot get any more. So it's kind of like a hot item. It's like there's no more. Last the dying breed. Check me out. I'm going to sell this sweater so I could buy myself some food. So that I can eat for the next couple weeks. I was even saying, bro, if someone wants to give me a sack lunch every day for 2 weeks, an extra sack lunch, that's all I need. Like a nice little extra sack lunch at night. Bro, that'd be perfect. Or if you want to give me a case of soups. I'm not trying to come up. I'm not trying to get rich. I'm just trying to eat for a couple weeks. With this sweater, where you at? I'm talking to a couple people. This dude from Orange County. He's like, I want it. What's up? I'm bite off you. I said, cool. Cheers. So next day we talked. And he's like, yeah, here we go. And he tried to give me a bunch of stamps and envelopes. Stationery. I said, bro, I'm leaving in 2 weeks. Even if I wasn't, I don't write people. I'm not writing anybody. I don't need that stationery. He's like, well, you can trade it and sell it for food. I said, you trade it or sell it for food. I'm trading and selling my sweater for food. He's like, yeah, I'll get at you. And I was like, well, bro, I'm not going to hold it for you. So then the next morning at breakfast, sitting with Loud. I'm sitting with that dude. I was going to sell the sweater too. And I can't remember who the other person is. It was forward to a table. And this dude, after we eat, is going to leave. He tries to go off on me. He's like, hey, brother, I can't believe you call yourself a wood. You act like you're down for the cause. You're down for the people. And you're just trying to get rich. You can't bless a good homeboy. You know, disrespect me. He just started talking shit to me. To where I was like, oh. He said what he had to say. And he just got up and bounced. And I was like, I'm going to get that ass. I told Loud. Loud out the keys. Loud, I'm getting that ass. He says, yeah, I would. So now I'm thinking, damn, there's 2 fights they're going to get into 2-3 weeks of house. Who gives a rip? So, I went back to catch up with him, to tell him, I'm real fuzzy on this. I think we sent a celly. Somehow we went to go send him the message, because he left before me. Don't lock your door, because I'm going to come and fight. Don't lock your door and put up your TV. I think we sent a celly. Probably celly was the fourth person at that table. He got up and left after he tried to talk outside his neck. We tell a celly, catch up with him. Do not lock your door, and I have time to put the TV up. By the time I get done eating, go, and I get there, his door's shut. And I'm like, bro, what's up? Why'd you shut your door? And the celly's gone at work. He's like, oh, and I said, I mean, you're going to get busy. You disrespected me. I'm going to beat your ass, fool. I'm beating your ass. He said, all right, a day room. A day room. I said, all right. So that's how it was going to go down. A day room, him and I were going to fight. Because he disrespected me, got me all crazy. I can do whatever the hell I want with my sweater, brother. I don't have to sell it to you for stamps. That doesn't make me a bad woo because I want to eat. You're tripping. Giving me all hell sideways. We're going to get busy at day room. At day room, he doesn't come out. At day room, he won't even come out of his cell. And everyone's like, and he said he has a sore throat. He had to talk to the nurse. And it's like, what's this? And the homeboy said, no, trip on this. This is how we're going to do it. Splinter, you got 2-3 weeks of the pad. You go home, brother. You don't trip out these 2 fights. We're going to make this dude, this lame, who got at you sideways at the breakfast table and came back and locked it down. We're going to make him beat up the dude with the bad paperwork. Get rid of both of them. 2 birds with 1 stone. And after this dude beats up the dude for bad paperwork, then we're going to have him beat up and just sent out. Just based on. You go home, Splinter. So cool. Me and Wasco might dig it into it, though. He did my chest plate. In one sitting. Just saw the whole outline. He's like, we're going to outline it and shade it in one setting. Snarf, that's a lot of work. Plus, when you outline and then come back to shade, it's a little bit more tender. I was like, brother, 2 sessions. Outline and then shade. He's like, nope. We got time. I was like, well, I'll stick with the outline then. I said, forget shade for now. I thought I'd be able to talk him into it. Shading. He said no. He said, if you don't get the shade now, you're not going to get it. I was like, whatever. He'll give it to me. And I couldn't talk him into it. It was tense. It was kind of a little bit... One time, I think I almost fought over it until we lost the razor blade. And I thought I swallowed it. And I started tripping out, having a meltdown. Oh, I swallowed the razor blade. And so, yeah, trip out. But yeah, he did. So, man, I was mad he wouldn't shade it. But he said, hey, he did say, shade it now or never, homeboy. But then I went, next prison, ended up with a good shade job. But that turned into some drama, too. Almost kicked off a ride over that, because whatever, we'll get to that later. Bro, trip on this, though, man. When I came from reception to building A2 when all that shit went down and I had that celly. When I left where I was at, C4, I almost got in a fight with two of my friends. And I hate fighting my friends, bro. That's the last thing I want to do is fight my friends. Especially in prison. It's not a good look. You don't fight your homeboys. And it's over some stupid reasons, too. I had this dude. He's a good friend of mine. He's pretty buff, too. He's a pretty big dude. He was actually my brother's friend. I'm like 10 years of my brother. And so he's a younger dude. I'm 10 years old, and he was my brother's friend. My little brother's friend. But he's coming to prison now, so my brother is, and and he's a big dude, like I said, way bigger than me, and we're talking, hanging out, and kicking it, and he had this tick he would do, this little thing he would do. He would be talking and go, yeah, and then I want to watch football game. And I was on that. And bro, it captivated me. It compelled me, it intrigued me. He'd be talking in this thing, he'd be like, and I'd be like, I watched him do it for a month. When I always wanted to do it. I had to stop myself. And then one day, I could hold back no more. I could use no more restraint. I said, damn, I'm starving Marvin. Hungry at 2 at sharp. What time do you think dinner is? And I did it. Not really trying to laugh at him, trying to laugh with them. I wasn't ticking with them. I wasn't ticking at him, I was ticking with them. And he got mad. Jumped up and got all crazy. And I was like, bro, I'm not trying to disrespect you. I mean, I've sat here and patiently watched you do that for like a month and a half now. And I wanted to try it. It looked fine. It looked like it felt good. I mean, you do it over and over. Try to tell me don't feel good, homeboy. Try to tell me you don't like it. Why are you being selfish and stingy with it? Let me tick too, brother. I just look like this dog. So he got mad. He took it offensive, and he went over and he made a big show because he used to wear these double-up sock things when we were working out. We were in the middle of working out, actually. So he went over and took his things off and came over, and we're getting ready to fight. And then, recall, day room recall, count time. It's like count time. He went to kind of like Saved by the Bell type thing. Then afterwards, I was like, dude, what should I do after count? Should I rush over and take up on him? It's kind of worse, though. Saved by the Bell isn't always all it's cracked up to be, because better just go over and get the fight out of the way than Saved by the Bell. You're sitting on your bunk for 2 hours, count time, thinking, so what now? Do I rush him? Is he going to rush me? Is it squashed? Should I sign language? Hey. What up, homie? What do we do? So afterwards, I just went over to him. I didn't get this close to him. I let him have his reach, and I was just judging by the look on his face. And he was laughing as I walked up to his tears. We almost fought. We almost got down. And I was like, yeah, I know this head dog. We shook hands, let it rough and anyways, the other dude I got in a fight with, Matt from Orange County. He had the keys to the building. He's my dog from my first term when I was at McFarland CCF level 2. That old freaking lame from my last story who came from McFarland level 2 CCF. That's why I figured that his paper would be good. I didn't think go there bad paperwork. I did my first term there. It's a good pin. And the reason why he got rolled up, trip on this, I didn't even add this in. What that fool did there playing handball. And the handball went over the fence, the chain link fence. And he tried to climb up and grab it. He was like, escape, everyone down. This guy's trying to climb the fence. He's like, no, handball. They tackle him, throw him down. He's like, it's a handball. Off the real prison he goes with his funny style paperwork. But Matt, brother, he had the keys to the building. He was my dog. We played, my pinochle partner, my workout partner. Long love and respect for him. Happy to see him. Hadn't seen him since my first term. Get out, violation, boom, there he is at Wasco. He has the keys to the building. I remember I clowned him once, though, because mail call will mess with you. Not hearing from people will mess with you. Not really in reception, though. Not me. I can make it through county jail. I can make it through reception. Halfway through the main line, when I'm going to get out, that's when it starts messing with me. I'm not hearing from people because where am I going to go? Where's my stuff out? Sure. What am I going to do with my machine? So then I'll start tripping. But then reception, kind of jail, dude, out of sight, out of mind. But he's like, man, I need to hear from my people. He's like, I need to hear from my people. And he's saying it over and over. And I'm thinking his people, his mom and dad, his wife. I mean, I knew his wife was separated. He's trying to work it out. So he's, I need to hear from my people. Then he's like, yeah, check this out. He goes, read this. He goes, I'm going to read this letter to you I wrote. And it's like, hey, bro, I know you and sis are busy, but I just really need to hear from you guys. I'm in prison, and I just need some encouragement, some comfort. And I was like, pause. Time out. Who are you writing this letter to? Your brother and your sister? Your Max, your brother and sister are not white, writing you? At prison, Wasco prison? You check out your brother and sister? Like, bro, if I had a trip like that, I would walk around with my passport and my luggage all the time. If that was a trip... Because, dude, you think I'd hear from my brother and sister ever? First of all, my brother's in the next dorm over. And my sister, she don't get down like that. She's like, I'll catch you on the flip-flop. Like, what is it now? It's July? I guess what? I'll see you at Christmas, hopefully? That's how that gets down. That's how that goes. And my mom, when I did my 4-year term, I didn't hear from my mom at all until I had like 3 weeks of the pad. Oh, Chris, I just found your dress in the stamps and fuck it, dog. That's how it goes. Anyways, be as it may, Matt is tripping on me. I'm a porter. I've told him, brother, if there's anything extra, I'm going to give it to you. Any extra food. There's not many extra food because they count that shit, dog. You think they just load up all kinds of pots and pans and just send it? No, they're like, okay, 200 inmates. They're having hard-boiled eggs today. They each get 400 hard-boiled eggs. Easy, right? 200 inmates, 2 hard-boiled eggs per inmate, 400, not 500, not 420 even, not even 412. 400, bro, maybe 403. So he gets the extras. That day there was 1 hard-boiled egg left over, and it was kind of like smashed, bro. Think about it. If there's a big bucket of hard-boiled eggs, the very last one in the corner, you think he's not going to be a little beat up and a little smashed? That's why he's in the corner. You think if he was a nice, bright, shining hard-boiled egg, he'd even be left over? He's left over because he's a little bit beat up and sad, and he's in the corner, dog. He looks disrespected. He looks like he's been rode hard and put away wet and pulled through a hole in the wall. All that, bro. Whatever analogy you want to attach to this egg, go for it, homeboy, because the shoe would fit. That means there's nothing to me. It's extra. Matt's getting it. And I think I'm doing him a favor. I put it in the bowl. We had hard-boiled egg and sausage. It just so happened there's 1 sausage left over, and there's a little tiny nick cut out of it. Like maybe if you took like a, like a coin, like 25 cents, like a quarter, and put on there and like trace it out, it'd be like a quarter out of a sausage like this. This is like a little up on top. Any kind of like, when you have your sausage, unless it's complete and whole, any kind of rip or tear, it's going to make it look worse than it actually is. I mean, a little tiny chunk out of it means nothing, but then again, it does mix with the structure. Now it's a little bit more floppy. You're wondering, did someone bite it? You're wondering, where is that piece? You're wondering, how'd the piece get off? And again, if it was a real cool, badass looking sausage, it wouldn't be left over. It's left over to the last one there because no one picked it up to put it in no one's tray because it's sad, it's beat up, it's got a chip taken out of it. So homeboy Matt, brother, congratulations. You get this hard-boiled egg, the one left over, and you get the sausage. And he was mad. I put under his bed like I always do, and he woke up and he was like huffing and puffing around, and I noticed the bowl was sitting there, he's not eating out of it, and he's like, bro, I can't believe you gave me the shit biscuit. I go, shit biscuit, I gave you what was left over. I go, homeboy, is the sausage half full or is it half empty? I mean, was there more sausage than there was missing? I can understand if I gave you like, the sausage is this, and I gave you like a quarter piece like down here, or I gave that little chunk that was missing out of it, like a little piece, like, bro, talk about, you're disrespectful. You need to be grateful, brother. You got the last of it, you got the extra. He was mad. He wanted to almost duke him over it. You know why? We didn't get in a fight. We were getting ready to fight. We were like, keep point, waiting for the cop to leave. We're just so frustrated. I'm like, I know he's just slinging them because his brother and sister aren't wrote. And this little bastard's like so pussy hurt. His pussy hurts because he hasn't heard from his brother and sister. Now he's going to want to sling him. I'm going to knock his freaking teeth out, I'm thinking. And I'm going to take that freaking hard-boiled egg and I'm going to stick it up your ass, fool. That's what I'm thinking. We're going to fight. But then what happened was a big old issue happened. This dude grabbed the VO5, a whole shampoo, a brand new shampoo, out of the kitty and washed his sheets with it. And everyone's like, oh no, look what this dude did. And we're going to fight, and that catches our attention. And Matt's all, whoever used that shampoo, you know what time it is? He started yelling on the tier. And they're like, that guy did. He doesn't know what time it is. They're pointing, their favorite dog's the pointer. Bro. Yep, that's what happened there. Dealt with the shampoo issue, then later I decided, dude, you're really mad about the egg and shit, because, guess what? You're not getting no more extras. You fucked yourself on that one. Because, like, tomorrow, there's going to be pancakes. There's going to be cold pancakes left over. Your motherfucking ass ain't getting them. I'll be holding grudges. No, dog, I was mad about brother and sister. I know that. Makes you look even stupider. Anyways, that's what's up with that. I feel kind of like, speaking of stupider, I feel bad. I did a video on the kitty and didn't explain what the kitty was. After Jen watched the video, she called me like, what's a kitty? I did a video like, hey, the kitty. And I think the thumbnail, when it said kitty, I think some people thought I was talking about a BJ. Violence caused by the kitty, the BJ. No, the kitty is, when you go to prison, there's going to be a bag. It's going to be left on the tier, sometimes by the shower, full hygiene. That way those broke white boys got no excuse for not washing their ass. You can't come in and say, I haven't showered, I haven't washed my ass or anything because I got no money for shampoo. I got no money for hygiene. It's in the kitty. Go to the kitty. There's all the soap, all the shampoo, all the toothpaste, everything you want. Use it, use as much as you want. But the minute you take from it, put it in your cell, put it in your stuff, that becomes theft, and they will love to tax that ass. So many people have wrecked over the kitty, dude. It's not even funny. Hey, more videos tomorrow. Can you guys watch the ads? I feel like YouTube's trying to shadow ban me. More on that later. Letter too, if you want, to my PO box. Try watching the ads. Hey man, if you ever thought about shooting a donation to Prison POV, now's the time. Serious. Real talk. We'll touch on that later. Cut stream, let it fly. Peace.